This is an oil that I purchased from Indonesia from a distiller who I assumed was also a distiller of another vendor that I knew. Anyhow, he sent me this and I was very shocked because straight away I noticed it was a bit too green, it was a bit too thick, and it had way too much fibers in it. And I straight away sensed that there was something not right about this oil. Obviously, when I opened it and smelt it and applied it, I realized it was probably like 80 to 90% vetiver and probably 10%, 15% of oud, one of the two. But I was just shocked and disappointed, obviously, after paying hundreds of dollars for this oil, to be cheated basically, and it turned out to be majority of it was vetiver. And you can see in this video the chunks of fibers that are in there. It's either 90% vetiver and 10% low grade oud oil mixed. So this individual really was just out to make a short buck from me, really. But thank God he did what he did, because he exposed himself, and I'll never use him, and that he's lost out in the long run. But anyway, so really, an oud oil, yes, oud oils can come green. That they are some oud oils can be this dark greenish color, but not that green. Sometimes what they'll also do is they'll cook it in, they'll store it in copper pot, which will give it an extra green looking color to it, and because of the copper, and it's actually low grade. So color doesn't necessarily mean an oil is high grade. Okay, now what they can do, like oil comes out in stages. Okay, so the top notes and the first 2 days of distillation, you'll get really good top oil and quite light and quite ethereal. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's of really good quality, because that light color could still be coming out from low grade wood. So this is where the complications lie. So you can't rely on the color, and you can't necessarily rely on the first 2 days or whatever distillation. It really comes down to the materials they actually put into the actual pot. Likewise, the same sort of thing goes for thick oils, because when you're distilling actual wood chips, you do get more of a resinous oil, and it's thicker in general. This is why they would add a particular binding agent which makes it thicker. I'm not going to name the name. So all these factors can affect, or shall I say, these are the factors that they use. These are the things that they use to cheat people with. So it really comes down to purchasing from a trusted vendor who does his own distillations and knows about oud oils. This is how I would do it. And there are people out there who are selling great oils, and I'm not saying just because they don't distill their own, they don't know how to recognize great oud oils, or they don't sell great oud oils. Of course they do. But I think the best way to be sure of what you're purchasing is to purchase it from someone who distills their own, who has physical knowledge of, or shall I say, physically distills his own, and has that knowledge of how the process is conducted. And not only that, it's also knowing the material. If you're totally reliant on your oud provider to provide for them to provide you good quality oils, then really you're the one who's going to get ripped off at the end of the day. But having said that, there are plenty of oud vendors out there who are making bespoke oils from afar and doing a great job of it. So it's a hit and miss in that sense, but you just have to be careful who you purchase from. And high prices doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a great oil. One of the ways to know if your oud oil is made of incense grade material is to actually apply it and to see if it actually develops. If it's a linear, then there is a strong possibility that it's made from a lower grade material. But having said that, some oud oils do have a linear kind of aroma. So again, it really comes down to knowing your oud and the materials that it's actually made from, and having a basic understanding of these factors. But all in all, most of the Western oud vendors that are trading are selling incredibly great oils. So in a lot of ways, we are spoilt for choice in regards to the quality that we're getting here in the West. So don't be put off by this video, because like I say, there's plenty of good vendors out there for you to purchase great oils from and wood. Have a nice day, guys.